Hello, this is Amber from Georgia Paper Crafts. Today I'm going to be working with the small die of the month from Spellbinders. This is for April 2020. This is called Special Celebrations, and it comes with a bunch of 16 cutting dies that coordinate with a lot of their other stuff. So as you can see, you get kind of these almost like license plate words here that go along with their trucking. What's that called? Trucking Through the Seasons previous large die of the month. I do have this, and believe it or not, I have never pulled it out. I'm not going to pull it out for this today, but I will make some cards in the future, definitely using that. It also, so the sentiments say holiday, forever, and married. So it has the license plate that say holidays, married, and forever, and you can cut them out, and then it has a solid back piece that you could back it with. Plus it has a heart with the inlaid, this is a heart balloon with the inlay of the letters that spell out just. This is a ribbon to make a big ribbon, a circle that says happy. I guess you could use that like this, happy holidays. This is a outer ring to make a diamond ring, marriage ring, and I think there's one in there. Yeah, so you get two of them. Actually, I think it's the same one. It cuts out one. And this is the holder for it. That's the diamond, and then that's the topper for the circle. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and make a few cards using this.
I decided I'd go ahead and make a wedding theme card with this set. So off to the upper right hand side, you can see I used a piece of gray cardstock and I embossed that with a embossing folder from Fun Stamper's Journey. This is one I bought, I believe, during one of their sales, and it embosses that lattice work with a heart in the middle. And you'll see a closer image of that here shortly. But I had already die cut all the pieces that I want, and I'm just putting them together now. So I die cutted the balloons, and then the backing for the letters to make it stand out is some holographic paper from Die Cuts with a View. And so I just put those all together. I'm putting together the ring here. Now this ring is got, the ring itself is made out of a shimmer cardstock, a shimmer gray cardstock, and then I also made the diamond out of the holographic paper. Again, it's kind of hard to see it here, but you might see it in the close-up pictures a little bit better. So I've got that, and then I've got the other ring to go with it. I'm going to put together the license plate here, and this says married. I also cut that out of some holographic cardstock, and I am going to back that with a black cardstock. You can see off to the side that I cut some of the ribbons to make the bow out of some green shimmer cardstock along with some green, or they're really teal, it's not green, it's teal glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to put those together. I cut out two because I wasn't sure if I could put two of them together to make a big one, or if this just is a topper for it, or what. But what I found out is I couldn't use both of them, and you'll see how I wind up just using one of them. So I'm putting everything together. Then I'm going to bring in my pre-made card base, which I made off of camera, along with the piece here that I embossed that I talked about. I'm just kind of laying everything out, trying to see how I want everything to lay and sit. I wanted to put the rings in the middle of the heart, the married tag on the bottom, and the just balloons up top. Now I'm trying to decide, do I want to use both of these ribbons? I didn't really like how that looked, so I decided just to use one and have it on top of the married sign. So I'm going to bring in my pre-made card base. Oh, not yet. I decided I'd go ahead and try to pop up this diamond ring. Well, I have these thin foam strips from Doris. They're thin as far as width, but they're pretty thick and hard to work with. And I just really didn't like, once I got it all around, I didn't like how it looked. So what you'll see is, yeah, I felt like you saw more of that than the ring itself. So I took it off and I decided to go get some fun foam and cut out the same um, image, you know, the die, using a die. So I did that, and this fun foam has some pre-backed sticky back on it, and I'm gonna put some glue onto the other side and adhere it to the ring. Now, again, this was still pretty big, and I felt like you could see it, but it wasn't as bad as the previous one, so I was okay with it. And it was more of a flush circle since it was the same die cut. And I also cut out the diamond using fun foam, and I'm going to pop that up also. I'm sorry that you cannot see this. I'm off screen. Sometimes I have a really hard time knowing where I am. I just get busy and I don't think about the camera, so I apologize about that. So I've got all the fun foam adhered. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the card base to my, or cardstock to my card base. Finally, I kept saying that. And again, the card base is just made out of heavyweight white cardstock from my stash. I'm going to adhere down the one wedding ring without the diamond, the band, I guess I should say. And then I'm going to adhere, take off the backing here to release the sticky, although I do put a little bit of extra glue on here just to make sure it'll stick. And I'm going to adhere that. And just kind of push in the fun foam a little bit so you can't see it. Then I'm going to start placing my letters. I'm going to kind of see where I like them. And then I'll start using my glue to adhere them down. I really like the way the holographic paper looks behind the letter cutouts. It makes it shine. And it's even nicer in person. This one kind of gives it a kind of an interesting look. Actually, you can see more of the colors in the holographic way it is, but I decided I would go ahead and draw in some strings. And so I'm just going to place that as a kind of guide to show me where. And I'm just going to kind of make all kinds of different little loops down to attach to the married sign here. And I'll do that from each of the balloons. And I'm using my graphic marker for this. This is one that I like to use for any kind of detail imaging. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the married license plate onto the cardstock and then put the bow on top of it just with some glue. And then I dug in my stash to bring out some wedding, I think these are called wedding day rhinestones. They're clear rhinestones. I believe they are from Pretty Pink Posh. Again, I don't have exactly where they're from, but I'm just kind of putting them around to kind of see where I want to put them. And then once I do, I'll adhere them using my glue and jewel picker. This card came together really pretty quickly, and I could see myself uh, making a few more. It's very easy to make, and I like the way it turned out. I think the teal colored bow gave it a pop of color, aside from the gray and the black and the holographic look. So I really like how this turned out. I hope this gave you some inspiration for use of this April 2020 Small Die of the Month. And I hope that you will come back and watch some more videos from Georgia Paper Crafts. Thank you for taking the time to stick around and watch this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.